What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Look at this. Congrats to this guy, H412U. The moment I logged in, he got a Fire Phoenix. Oh, I'm a little salty about that. But anyway, let's go over the update. Okay? Alright, we're gonna go over each monster. We'll go over each monster over here. Before we go on to the monsters, the friend invitation mechanism. Don't think that this is easy to get. It's like literally almost impossible to get, guys. It really is almost impossible to get. Like, you have to invite 15 friends. The 15 friends have to play the game, get to level 20. Then they have to invite 15 friends. Okay? And they have to get to level 20, and whatever else you got to do, everybody has to pretty much put it all together. So, I mean, look, it's worth a shot to do it. Send out the invites. If you have friends that end up playing the game, good. If they all make it to level 20, good. I actually did send out invites. I sent out quite a few invites, and it doesn't even say I sent the invites out. Hold on, where is it? Invite friend. It says invited friends, 0 friends, you know, where I sent out more than 15 invites. So, I don't see it happening. Anyway. Either it's a glitch or whatever the case is, it is. Alright. For viewing purposes, even though maybe we could go back and look at the Neo Stone agents, because they're pretty hot. The side profile looks great. We're going to do it from here, since it's easier, and I'll be able to find all of the monsters, instead of going through the entire thingamajiggy, the collection. So let's start off with the Neo Stone agent, natural 4-star, the fire one. Alright, attacks the enemy 2 times. Each attack has a 25% chance to increase the enemy's chance of dealing a glancing hit for 2 turns. So this is the default skill for all of them. It's not bad. Glancing hit is actually pretty useful. Attacks an enemy and then removes all beneficial effects on the target. If there are 2 or more beneficial effects removed, the attack bar of all allies will increase by 20% each. This is actually pretty cool. You can use this against Chloe teams. Very good skill. I actually like this skill a lot. Attack command. Removes all harmful effects on all allies. After that, 3 randomly selected allies will attack an enemy target. This is pretty cool. I like these new Neo Stone agents. That skill is pretty cool. How would I ruin her? See, this is where we got to go to the thing. I have to see what kind of monster and what kind of stats she has. Alright, so I guess we're going to have to go there. To the collection. I thought I might be able to avoid the collection, but I can't. Alright, here we go. Let's go to the awakened form. Oh, you know what, though? I like her blouse. I like her blouse. But anyways, I don't think they have a blouse when awakened. Yeah, ooh. Alright. Anyway. Yeah, they don't show the leader abilities either. So she's a support type monster. Her attack is lacking a little bit. Yeah, you can build her. She's actually a really good support. You can build her speed attack, speed hit point. You can go violent. Violent focus. Sorry, I don't even know how that just happened. You can go violent focus or violent revenge, or violent nemesis. And if you don't have violent, you can build her swift as well. Swift focus, swift revenge, swift nemesis. Any one of those works. So let's go to this guy, Trevor. I think what are these guys called? They are called the Neo Stone Fighters. Alright. So we got the Neo Stone Fighters. Oh, you know what? I missed it. She has a leader ability. I like this little leader ability, 24% in Guild Wars. It's not bad at all. And I like the fact that they're adding leader abilities to Guild Wars. So this is an all-around leader ability for these guys. I think they all have increases monsters' attack power. Oh, but this one is for the arena. Some of them have it everywhere, and some of them have for arena. This is a passive. As your hit points decreases, your attack power will increase and damage you receive will decrease. Okay. Increases the critical rate for 2 turns and instantly attacks an enemy with a powerful strike. Okay. Attacks a target enemy with daggers and increases your attack power for 2 turns. Alright, so he pretty much... He's got a nice self-buff. I would ruin this guy Rage Blade or Violent Blade. I don't know about Revenge. No, he doesn't really... Yeah, you know what? Revenge can work. He's a little squishy for Revenge, though, so... It can work. I don't recommend it. But Blade looks like the best way to go with him. And that's about... Yeah. Either Blade or Revenge. You could go Violent Blade, Violent Revenge, Rage Blade, Rage Revenge, Fatal Blade, Fatal Revenge. You know? All those sets are good. You're not going wrong with any of them. Alright, so everybody keeps telling me about her. Wow, look at her base speed. She's a little squishy. Alright, decreases the damage that all other ally monsters receive by 15% and decreases the recovery amount of every monster on the battlefield by 50%. This effect, alright. So she's got like a Darien with an additional part to her passive, which isn't bad. Alright. Attacks the enemy to... Wait, hold on a second. Does this decrease the damage that all ally... Oh, so it doesn't work on her. Alright. Attacks the enemy 2 times. Each attack has a 50% chance to leave a brand for 2 turns. Enemies with a brand will receive 25% increased damage. Attacks... And then she has a weakened defense in this. With I'm sure the 25% will go up. She's not bad at all. I would ruin her... I would ruin her probably Fatal or Rage Blade. You can also do Violent Blade. You can do Revenge as well. She's way too squishy for Revenge though. I don't suggest it. Because it looks like her base hit points aren't going to go over 8,000. So it's going to be very hard to keep her alive. But she is fast. You can go Swift on her as well. She is really fast. That base speed is amazing actually. You can even go Swift Blade. So, and maybe like, if you put the right Swift runes on her, she can probably outrun certain Chloes and just go nuts. If she has enough. Her base attack is lacking a tad. Her base attack really is lacking a tad. So, you would have to put extraordinary runes on her for her to one-shot something. I think Violet might be the way to go. You could do Swift though. Swift, that base, like, I would have to get one and test her. That base attack is just amazing. That base speed is just amazing. At 117, I like that base speed. All right, so now we've got the martial artist, the fire martial artist. So he has a well-trained body, is more powerful than steel. If the opponent has higher defense than yourself, then your attacks will deal additional damage. All right. And he's a defense monster. It doesn't make sense. His attack is lacking a little bit, but I don't see it as a 5-star max, so... His attack is lacking, though. Attacks an enemy 3 times, with each hit having a 20% chance of decreasing the defense for 2 turns. Okay, that's not so bad. Honestly, I really don't like these guys too much. Alright, they're almost something like martial cats, to be honest with you. So... I wasn't too thrilled with all of them. I already looked at most of these monsters, and you'll get to the... I'll tell you the one I like. So let's talk about him first. Increases resistance by 25%. Circulates the body with chi, recovering 30% of counterattacking when being attacked for the next 3 turns. Again, he's a defense monster. Attacks the enemy with a thundering blow that shakes the ground and stuns the target for 1 turn with a 75% chance the damage increases according to your defense. Like, he's got 2 skills that are based on attack, and then he's got this one based on defense. Alright, his defense looks okay, but I'm not liking this new 3-star at all. It's a little confusing with him. Alright, Stella. Increases effect accuracy by 25% when she's awakened. Attacks an enemy and decreases the attack bar by 10% for each attack. The number of strikes will increase up to 7 hits accordingly to your attack speed. This skill sounds cool. I have no idea how much attack speed she needs to get 7 hits. But it sounds like a really cool skill. I would definitely ruin her Swift just to see what that skill does. I don't even know what the scaling is. If the scaling is really high, then she's absolutely worth it. I'm not sure about her. Attacks the enemy 2 times. Each attack has a 50% chance. You know what? You mix this skill with that skill, and oh man. And then she has a weakened defense skill too. You know, you could even go violent with her, and if you get lucky, you get 3 procs, and you use these 3 skills. Oh my goodness. And then, yeah, we got the side profile too, so yeah, she looks pretty good. Alright, so we got him. Alright, increases the attack power of ally monsters in dungeons. Alright, so they all have some sort of an attack power increase. Swiftly attacks an enemy 3 times, with each attack also dealing continuous damage for 1 turn. If this attack lands a critical hit, it will disturb the enemy's recovery for 2 turns. Cool. So you can put a dot and weaken unrecoverable on them, which is not bad. Attacks an enemy and inflicts continuous damage for 2 turns. This attack will also decrease the enemy's defense for 2 turns if it does a critical hit. Attacks increases your attack power for 2 turns. This isn't bad. I would definitely ruin him Blade. His attack though, wow, it's lacking 484 as a 5-star max. That's horrible, guys. I don't know what that's all about. 484 as a 5-star max. There must be a really big scaling on this. I don't know what to say. His skills sound pretty good. I would ruin him like Rage Blade, Fatal Blade. I mean, obviously you need a high crit rate with him because 2 of his skills work off a crit rate. So you could go attack, crit rate, and attack just to raise the crit rate. Obviously, the higher obviously the better option is attack, crit damage, attack. But you want to be able to use these 2 skills as much as possible. Increase the enemy's defense for 2 turns if it lands a critical hit. He's based on a lot of critical hits, so I don't like that base attack on him though. Now, I actually read her skills. She's really, really, really good. Great monster, great looking monster for TOA hard. Heals all allies for 30% of their max hit points and increases their defense for 2 turns. This skill generates a shield that lasts for 2 turns and is equivalent of half of the excessive heal. I'm not sure what the last part means. Oh, okay. So it pretty much puts a shield for 30% of your max hit points. So let's say you have a monster with 10,000 hit points and a monster with 20,000 hit points. The monster with 20,000 hit points is going to get 6,000 a shield that's going to last for 6,000 hit points, and the monster with 10,000 hit points is going to get a shield that's 3,000. That's 3,000 of their hit points. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one. I'm not 100% sure. Then we got this skill. I like this skill. This is the same skill as the fire one. Really cool skill. And then attacks the enemy 2 times. Each has... Okay, so I would ruin her violent... Well, alright. I would ruin her Swift. First of all, Swift. Swift Focus. Or Swift Revenge. Revenge, not really. Swift Nemesis works. Or Violent Nemesis or Violent Revenge. Not Revenge. Violent Focus. Speed, hit point. You want to go hit points all around, fine. You don't really want her to be a turtle, though. So I would definitely go speed, hit point with her. I like her kit. I like her kit a lot. I think the kit is really, really good. In Arena, in TOA Hard, I think she's a great all-around monster. Maybe even in Dragons, too. Not as much in Dragons, but... yeah, she's a really good monster. I like her a lot. So let's go to the Wind Martial Artist, which should be here, even though it didn't pop up on my screen. Increases attack speed by 15. Cool. Increases the attack speed for 2 turns and attacks the enemy swiftly. The attack bar is increased by 50% after the attack. Cool. Depending on the scaling on this, again, it looks like he's lacking a little bit in attack. Attacks an enemy 3 times with each hit having 20% chance to decrease defense for 2 turns. Cool. But he's a hit point monster. What's going on over here? All his skills are based on attack, but he's a hit point monster. Look, he has an attack buff, a self-attack buff, which is cool, and then he increases his attack bar by, a speed buff, which is cool, and increases his own attack bar by 50%. You could do Swift Blade on him, attack, crit damage, attack. Since he already buffs his own speed, maybe you don't need speed on him. It just doesn't make sense to me on why he's a hit point monster when everything is based on attack. I'm actually a little dumbfounded on that one. So this is the assassin chick. Increases resistance by 25%. Fine. Assaults an enemy and disturbs its recovery for 2 turns. Assaults another target if this attack kills the first target. Oh, that's cool. That's not so bad. Depending on what the scaling is on this, I have no idea what the scaling is on it. Her base attack is okay. No, it's not great, but it's okay. Increases your attack power and critical chance for 2 turns. You instantly gain another turn by using this skill. Wow. That's a nice skill. That's not bad. This is screaming violent runes right here. It really is. It's screaming, and she decreases defense too. Yeah, this skill right here screams violent runes. I'm sorry to tell you guys, anybody that wanted to ruin her Swift, it really does scream violent runes. You can go violent. I wouldn't do revenge. You could probably do violent blade, so she could just crit and hit harder. I think that's the best way to go with her. And yeah, she's pretty damn hot too. But anyway, so the Neostone Agent, I guess this is the male version. Okay, so he gets the leader ability, increases attack power of ally monsters in guild battles, fine, by 33%. Attacks an enemy 2 times, decreasing their attack speed for 3 turns. Each hit will also decrease the enemy's attack bar by 30%. If the enemy's attack bar gets depleted by this attack, you instantly recover a turn. That's cool. That's not so bad. So you gotta watch out for this. Attacks an enemy and inflicts continuous damage for 2 turns. This attack will also decrease the enemy's defense for 2 turns if it lands a critical hit. Okay. He's another one that kind of screams violent runes as well, just because of all these skill effects. You can go Swift with him. Attack, crit damage, attack. He is more of an attacker. This one is probably the best one balance-wise. 533 attack as a 5-star max, so that means it'll go up to 6. The upper 6s, maybe 700, depending on what this scales out to. Also, you can use this in Giants as well. You can use him in Giants as well. He's not bad for Guild Wars, though. He actually looks really good for Guild Wars. A little bit more better balanced. Okay. So we've got her, increases defense by 33%. I read her skills already. She actually doesn't look so bad. Attacks an enemy 2 times. With each hit, decreases the target's attack bar by 25%. The defense of all allies is increased for 3 turns. That's actually not so bad. This skill is pretty cool. She's a support monster, though. Removes all harmful effects on an ally target and fills up the ally's attack bar. That's not bad. So pretty much, you know what? This also screams like Ramagos or something. It really does scream Ramagos. Like, let's say you take her and Ramagos and your Ramagos is stun locked. You can use this. The problem is she's wind, so you can't avoid certain fire monsters. But you can use this and increase Ramagos' attack bar and take the stun off and all that stuff. That's not so bad. Glancing hit. Swift Blade. I'm sorry, Swift Focus. Yeah, it doesn't say it's irresistible. So Swift Focus, speed, hit point. She's more of a support unit than she is anything else. Her attack is better than a lot of other monsters, than a lot of the other Neostone agents' attack. The other ones with the 400 something as 5-star max. Can she be an attacker? Maybe. I don't know. I don't have her to check her scalings. But she doesn't seem so bad. Let's see now. We're up to here. Alright, this guy. This guy, actually, I think he seemed pretty cool. Attacks an enemy target, dealing damage proportionate to your max HP. Alright. He's a hit point. See, but he scales correctly. Hit point. And provokes the target for 2 turns. That's not so bad. Depending on the scaling, that's not so bad. Attacks an enemy 3 times, with each hit having a 20% chance to decrease the defense for 2 turns. Okay, cool. And he has a stun in his kit. He's actually not so bad, this one. He could probably be used in dungeon. Well, it's based on his own max HP. So he's like a tanky bruiser type of monster. He could be good for... He could be used for some late game arena, maybe. You never know. Again, I have to see the scaling. How would I ruin him? Swift Blade, hit point, crit damage, hit point. Or Violent Blade, hit point, crit damage, hit point. I mean, if you guys want to go all energy, the whole point of the Swift is so that you can get him to move a little bit. So don't go all energy. If you're in the beginning, and I mean, a Swift set, no matter what, is going to be a Swift set. So yeah, just go hit point, crit damage, hit point, Swift Blade, Violent Blade. Obviously, if you can't get enough crit rate and you're a lower level and you do Swift Blade, do hit point, hit point, hit point. That's fine as well. Where are they? Okay, we're up to the... Are we up to the assassin? Yes, we are. Increases effect accuracy by 25%. Cool. Oh, what am I doing? Attacks an enemy and prevents it from using skills with cool times for 2 turns. If the target dies, all other enemies will receive the harmful effect. Attacks an enemy and prevents it from using skill to... Wow. So it's not even a wasted skill. And she has a high attack, 622. That's good. She looks like a Fatal Blade, Rage Blade, or a Violent Blade monster. Yeah, she's... What do they do? They decrease defense. I wouldn't even think about putting Revenge Runes on her. Attacks the enemy 2 times. Each attack has... Yeah, wow. No, this one's nice, guys. This one's good. I like her a lot. I remember reading her skills before. She's really good. She's really, really good. She's a Fatal, Rage, or Violent monster. Blade. Just go completely all out with her. She's really good. And she probably hits hard. That 622 base attack is really good. Alright, now we've got this. Increase. Okay, so he's the one with the attack power everywhere. Alright. The attacks performed on your turns will generate a shield that lasts for 1 turn. The shield is equivalent to 50% of the damage. Also, this effect increases your critical rate by 30%. Oh, wow. On your turns will generate a shield that lasts for 1 turn. The shield is equivalent to 50% of the damage dealt. Wow. He's like a Fatal Blade, Rage Blade monster from what I see so far. Yeah, decreased defense, that's the same skill. Yeah. And this is a passive. So he already gets 30%, he already gets 30% crit rate in his passive. So he's not going to be hard to build as a Rage Blade monster. Try him out as Rage Blade or Violent Blade. He's not so bad. I like, this one I like. This one I definitely like. Let's go on to her. Oh, she's OP. If I remember correctly, she's OP. Increases attack power of ally monsters by 33% in guild battles. She's freaking OP, guys. Protects allies with holy powers. The target ally will become invincible for 2 turns, and all other allies will receive endure for 1 turn. That's not so bad. Alright? And she's a support monster. And she has a nice base hit points as well. So, removes all harmful effects on an ally target and fills up the ally's attack bar. Again, it's Screaming Ramagos and a few other monsters as well that I can't think of at the moment. Attacks the enemy 2 times. Each attack has a 25% chance to increase the enemy's chance. Okay, fine. I forgot that I read that skill over and over again. I like her. I like her a lot. Long cooldowns, though. This probably goes down to 6, and this probably, if it goes down, it'll probably go down to 3. I like her. I like her a lot. Speed, hit point, Violent, or Swift Blade. I like her a lot. And we're getting to the Dark Monsters. This is where my new favorite monster is at, too. And we are here. Alright, it's not him yet. Increases critical rate by 15%. And this is a defense-based monster. Let me tell you guys something. I'm going to rage if his skills aren't based on defense. Attacks a target enemy and additionally deals 25% of the target's remaining hit points as damage. If the enemy is under an inability effect, so that means he has to be stunned or something like that. And thanks to Bomber, somebody actually asked me last night when I was talking about this, if this works in dungeons. And Bomber had a good point. It doesn't work on dungeons because you can't stun the bosses in dungeons. So there's no point in doing this in dungeons. Okay, so this skill is based on defense, but it's only one skill. Attacks the enemy with a thundering blow that shakes the ground and stuns the target for one turn. This one's based on attack and this one is based on defense. Come on. His defense looks alright. His attack is just atrocious, so I don't know about him, to be honest with everybody. Alright, she's pretty cool. Increases critical rate by 15%. Deals damage to an enemy and recovers a turn if the enemy dies. If an enemy or ally dies while this skill is on cooldown, and it will instantly be reusable again. This actually kind of screams violent as well. But, anyways, and it doesn't really scream violent, but she can be Fatal Blade, Rage Blade. Let's see what this does real quick. Increases your attack power and critical chance for 2 turns. Oh yeah, this monster screams Violent Blade. 100%. Screams Violent Blade. She has a decent base attack. It'll go up to probably the upper 700s. Yeah, this skill definitely screams Violent Blade. Absolutely. Yeah. Violent Blade, attack, crit damage, attack. Especially just for this skill right here, critical chance. And she gets 15%. I mean, she's got 30 and then 30. All you need is 40% crit rate more. And out of substats. Not even... it's an overkill to put crit rate in slot 4. That's the funny thing. But just 40% more in substats? Oh my god. Yeah, she's beast. I like her. I like Isabel. The next one is Carl. Okay, increases attack power of allies by 25%. It's the same as the last one. Attacks an enemy ignoring all damage reduction effects. This attack has 100% critical rate. This screams crit damage in slot 4, guys. Does it scream Rage Blade? We'll find out. Increases critical rate for 2 turns and instantly attacks an enemy with a powerful strike. You can go Rage Blade, Violent Blade, attack, crit damage, attack. Guys, I wouldn't even suggest the Fatal Blade unless your Fatal set is a lot better. See, he has a self-buff for attack. Increases attack? No, but this increases attack. You know what? Oh no, it's not these guys that they have really low base attack. But they all buff their own attack, so... They're not bad. They're not bad at all. They all buff their own attack with the first skill. I'd probably go Violent with them. So, this is my new favorite monster. This is an OP passive, guys. This leader skill is OP as well. I forgot to say this. The attack speed of ally monsters is increased by 33% in guild battles. Holy, you know what. Alright? Then, a randomly selected ally also attacks when you're attacking during your turn. That's the passive. That's so crazy. Okay. That's the passive, guys. So basically, if you've got 2 attackers and 1 support, like... With her, it would be ideally to bring 3 attackers and 1 support. If you bring 2 supports, whatever, there's a chance that the support is going to attack with her. But if you bring 3 attackers, her, 2 attackers and a support, holy, you know what. Alright, and this OP, 33%. Best leader ability in Guild Wars. I'll tell you that right now. Attacks an enemy and then removes all beneficial effects if there are 2 or more effects. Yeah, this is OP, man. And she increases the... Yeah. And... Let me tell you something. I don't know why they rated her as a support monster. Her base attack... Oh, her base attack is lacking a little bit, actually. 692. She's OP. She is more of a support monster in some ways. She already is a support monster. You can build her attack, crit damage attack, see what's going on. Her attack is a little low. You can probably build her speed, hit point, Violent Blade, stuff like that. Yeah, Violent would be the best way to go. So she's considered a support monster, really. And what's the cooldown on this? 4 turns. It might go down to 3. Yeah, Violent is the way to go. You can build her Swift. Swift Focus, Swift Blade. Probably swift focus or violent focus is the way to go. If you build her as an attacker, be aware though, her base attack isn't too high, and I don't know if she could really be an attacker. Pretty much, the best way to use her in Guild Wars, let me tell you something, because since she has the Guild Wars leader ability and she seems like a really good Guild Wars monster, is take her with 2 attackers. She's going to remove beneficial effects, and if you're lucky enough, you're going to delete the monster. To make a nice... You're going to delete whoever you use this skill. Yeah, a random... also attacks... Oh, attacks an enemy with moves if there are 2 or more benefit. Okay. Wow. That's crazy. And then she's increasing the attack bar by 20% for both of them when she removes them. She's like a great anti-Chloe counter and probably a Chloe deleter. If it does exactly what's going on, build her fast. Swift focus or violent focus. Speed, hit point. Swift might be more ideal for her, a little bit more ideal for her, just to get her to go like right after enemy Chloe's, and then I guess you attack the attackers and just delete the attacker. She's pretty good, guys. She's really good. So, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. If I made any mistakes on the review, let me know. And I'll talk to everybody later.